Hey everyone, this month it's gonna be a bit of a different gaming vlog, especially since I really put so much into finishing my final draft of my ZA review. I am on track to meet my goal, thankfully, so no worries there. Here but having said that, the all the developments from the industry have gotten too exhausting for me to keep up with over this past month. Hopefully, he, the coming month is a bit less as busy, though given the current rate of acceleration, I highly doubt that'll be the case. So I'm just going to focus on what I'm currently playing on my systems, um, currently and what I'll be after next. Let's just say that I'm glad I got my PS5 when I did, especially given the most recent and hike. So let's begin. As long as I'm on the subject of Sony, new month means new PS Plus drop, and continuing their efforts to make good on their promise to shift the focus towards the PS5 for the bulk of the new titles. Though one that can work for both 4 and 5 was indeed the Tomb Raider Remastered trilogy, 3 of the best games in the franchise to help celebrate the 30th anniversary. We also have Lords of the Fallen, and I've heard good things about this one, especially since they updated a bunch, being this particular Souls-like, and Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. I'm not the biggest SAO fan, but I definitely understand the appeal at least. Even with some elements that are admittedly problematic, I'm not going to get into them here, which will give an idea of how much discourse is generated. I'm willing to try this game at least. And I can definitely say that I'm going to be making this quite clear here, but if I had to say which Capcom games will be after next, especially on this system, it will likely be Resident Evil 09 Requiem, closely followed by Pragmata, and I also try the Devil Ammo the latter. I'm very good about dodging spoilers of the former. The May update, they're pushing for RE9 is the big one, so to speak. And of course, I'm keeping an eye on sale prices for Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, which goes on sale somewhat regularly. I also finally got some more characters for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. No PS5 updates, no problem, because it seems to run quite well on my system. I think they have the promo turned by default, and that the battle pass I got includes Adam Park in his ninja form, Rita with Barbara Goodson, and coming back to voice her Poisander from Dino Charge, and also as a little bonus, Anubis Doggy Kruger's formal wear from SPD. I especially enjoy that. I also hope that it's a very good fighting game to merit, and also obviously a favorable adaptation of the hit franchise. I still maintain that things should take all the time they need with the next season of the show and the reboot of it, both on the big and small screen. Again, given how many good things I've heard about the Rise and the Percy Jackson reboots, that in itself gives me confidence in it. And I can imagine they'll also be doing plenty for a lot of the action using. I even view their tenure with the show in hindsight as like similar to how they handle like create a, shall we say, test run. Yes, that's what I was looking for how they handle Marvel, Lucasfilm, and now Fox. Shifting gears, the Switch family. As I mentioned, I am about 95% done on with my final draft for my full review of ZA. If not completely done, I can be in production editing as soon as tomorrow for a release on the 6 month mark on the 16th. My earliest goal for doing the Mega Dimension expansion will be the June 10th, perhaps, all goes well. Though I'm going to give myself a little bit of wiggle room, whom, and I'm also really getting deep into Pocopia. I'm still trying to figure out how to befriend Mosslax if anyone wants to offer tips for that. And also do my best to raise the comfort level of all the Pokemon I befriend. Find out more and more what happened to all the people as well. Unlocking more goodies. I definitely completed a trivia challenge to get at the Sudowoodo, which looks like one of those two people you'd see outside like a car dealership. And I definitely also liking how many people recreated locations from the other games and the anime in there as well. Right now, I'm just currently focusing on getting everyone's comfort level and building homes as well as clearing out the refuse, which should be more than enough to get things together. And Violet Leaf Green, I'm getting further in, taking my time on those ones. And, and Pokemon Champions is officially live on the Switch family. Hey, the mobile version will be coming later this year. And even with some people experiencing issues with presentation and logins, and I am thankful that I have not managed to encounter too many problems. I mean, I just completed the initial whole battles to get some goodies. I claimed the early adoption prizes is of the Megastones. And I decided that much like I did in the Stadium Duology, and hey, as well as other competitive or have modes, things like Colosseum, Gale of Darkness, and Battle Revolution in Review, that I'm gonna be sticking with pre-mades before I send over like a lot of my doubles from home and the other games, which is like personal preference, I mean, on a basic level. And so far, it is definitely living up to my lofty ambitions of being a title that definitely leans hard in the competitive aspect of the franchise, actually going to be the standard for the VGC going forward. Heard. I personally had no full opinion and about the guy getting DQ for preemptively tossing off his headset. It's it's because it's not the worst thing I've seen someone do who to have their championship vacated. I mean, and for non-Pokemon stuff, I have very different games I've dealt with my headspace. I'm really getting back in Splatoon 3 for the latest Springfest. I'm on Team Rabbit. And I am also really enjoying the Marvel Maximum Collection. That I definitely have played the two games that sold me on it the most. X-Men Arcade, I've beaten it with all six playable mutants, Wolverine, my favorite Nightcrawler, Colossus, Cyclops, Storm, yeah, even Dazzler, her, and I I don't I still don't know if they're going to include her in the reboot. But I'm not against the idea, nor am I against the idea of even having Taylor Swift for people play her. And heck, I'm also not even against having her in the DCU either. And Spider-Man Venom Maximum Carnage, honestly played more her of that than anything. Well, apart from perhaps Link to the Past, when I was hospitalized, I was in the 2000s. I mean, the place where I stayed did not have the latest systems at the time, but the media room had a Super Nintendo. I think they even had the red cartridge that was pretty early printing, which would definitely be the envy of Cleus Cassidy to say the least. It's among my favorite Spider-Man games outside the Insomniac titles, Treyarch's Titan second movie, and Neversoft's excellent PlayStation 1 game, which still I'm definitely thinking about doing some video after Halloween for that, but I will say that to this day, the Monster Arc is still among my personal scariest elements of no horror games, where it's mostly family friendly title, but that final one got escaped from is basically like Marvino was called the nemesis there. Yeah, like the low polygon count kind of helps with that, man. Also, still working through more Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I actually encountered the Minecraft track Crossworld in one of my online high matches earlier today. I also unlocking more carts and practicing with all the currently available racers I have access to. I'm definitely be keeping Shadow and the Babylon Rogues from the Writers Games rotation. And with that in mind, and I gotta be honest about the Star Wars collection. I appreciate the offer now that I've thought about it, but if I had to say right now, it can wait. I mean, it's for. I'm mainly holding out for a price cut by at least half. I mean, especially since among other things I'm pursuing, in Virtual Fighter 5, I just came into system as well. Hell, I might opt into the Champions Battle Pass as if I feel the inclination, and I also lean towards Scott Pilgrim EX in that system, given how much I like the other parts of the Hearthverse, as well as the other game they did. I've also oh I'm oh pleasantly surprised by how proud Malta is actually running on this system. Um, sure, the resolution's not as high as it was on PlayStation, and I've also checked to see how it looks on PC and Xbox. I mean, first off, if I had the means to get it right, had this collection right away, hey, I would still prioritize other ones I have. There's a reason why I've gotten so much mileage out of like the hey Patrick's Tire $3 meme. That's basically like that. I'm also seriously considering jumping into Marathon as well. Oh, with the April update now live, because I anyway, it's not the most elaborate gaming vlog have ever done, but I just thought I would let you know what I'm currently playing, like my Switch friend code, which is the same one I was able to use for Switch 2, and my PSN and name are still my channel's info if anyone else wants to find me. Hey, and tomorrow, after I had a bit more time to play with it, I will be giving you my early impressions on Pokemon Champion, so that'll be all for now. Take care.